This is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation show. I was making sure my volume button was going up and down. No, I'm just looking at something, Michelle. I'm playing with this my restream. Yeah. I just came on here. I did it on my live. I just want to say I am a community organizer with Communities United of Baltimore, Maryland. We fight for the democracy of Black people here in Baltimore City, and that's with Communities United. And I just want to say Communities United help. I wish I had the shirt with me, but we help them get the $15 minimum wage pass. We also help the council members, right? Bill Henry and this other person, they have wrote a bill for like slumlords to become licensed landlords, right? And they got their bill passed. The reason why we supported that bill, or I supported the bill with them, is because they believe that a lot of our children behavior is because of the mold, the lead, and I'm gonna say the rodents dropping. We can say rats or whatever along that line. They believe this have a lot to do with our youth behaviors and conduct. So that's one of the reasons why with Communities United, we help get that bill passed. It's all about, with Communities United, fighting for our people, civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights. We fight with Baltimore City. We fight for the injustice that's being done to the poor people. Now, I went downtown under the bridge, right, down in the Gay Street. Yesterday, that thing was set up nice, right, as far as Christine Flowers and them down there trying to help the homeless people and stuff. Keep in mind, strengthening the community is all about helping our homeless and our less fortunate people. My program is about getting them into like the housing program, helping them with the mental health program, as far as some of them that might need to go back on medication. They might be dealing with depression, stress, bipolar, schizophrenia, stuff like that. I'm just talking about some of those major issues that they might need medicated for to help them function back as normal as possible as human beings. That's what my program is about. Now, I don't know what homeless services is all about. I can only tell you what my program do to help turn the quality of people's lives around. That's why when you hear me talk, I always say I'm coming up on 30 years clean. And the reason why I say that, because I had to change my old ways of thinking, living, and doing things. So it was people that worked with me in order for me to learn to live a new way of life a day at a time for almost 30 years. So I'm coming at you from a level of personal experience on the work that I have done to get where I'm at today. So I understand it's other people that's out there that don't have that type of help and resources. So when I bring them in or I talk with them, it's about trying to understand where they at, what's going on with them, so we can get them the proper help that they need. Now, guess what? And Brandon Scott, bro, I'm not going to come for you like that, right? Because I know you're doing the best you can, bro. I know. And he also sent me information on the organization that he gave that $92 million to to help end homelessness. And he told me reach out to them. Because I was picking with him one day when he said something. I'm like, Brandon, you know what I be doing, blah, blah, blah. So he said, get in touch with them. I'm out here strengthening, not NING, not NIG, strengthen the community. A lot of y'all don't know, and I done said it throughout the years, a new Baltimore, right? Let me go over here so I can repeat it back. This page is a page that I created back in 2017, right? I created this page for the 343 people that got killed in Baltimore City. Not only that, I learned in the process, right? Why you want to call my phone? Stop calling my phone. I learned in the process, right, that excuse me, I gotta turn this down. Somebody calling my phone, so I'm gonna turn my ringer off. I learned in the process, my God, I'm trying to get to that page real quick. That's just another page that I created, like group. And I met a lot of parents who have lost their sons and daughters back in 2017 to the streets. They was killed in Baltimore City, right? But I met a lot of parents whose sons and daughters that lived in Baltimore City, but they was killed in the county. So they wasn't included in the ones that was actually killed in Baltimore City. Y'all didn't know that, did you? They don't include them in because they was killed in the county, even though they was born and raised in Baltimore. I do my work because when I have to step out on certain situations and talk about things, I like to know where I'm going and what I'm talking about. That's why I do what I do. It's a new Baltimore City. This is one of my pages. If you can see it. If you can't see it, just bring it in. A new Be More City. Rebuilding our communities. This page was created, and if you go on it, it will tell you what it's all about. A lot of y'all do not go in to find out what People Programs is all about. You want to jump on stuff without understanding the information, right? This group is to encourage and motivate each other in a more positive way, no matter how you may feel. We will welcome all pain, grief, and misunderstanding about life. Now, this is a new Baltimore City, rebuilding our communities, right? You are in now, excuse me, I might have to skip over certain things when I read back over stuff. I see I needed to change stuff. But you are in now 2017. Then that was really a rough year. We had 343 murders. So that's the family. That's 343 family members in major pain. It's a lot of people that has lost a loved one and hasn't recovered from that pain. At least to a peaceful understanding in life. Please, family, hurt people. So you know what that is. If you hurting and you grieving, you tend to hurt other people when you hurting. Okay, let's try to embrace each other's pain. Gone but not forgotten. Jessica. I did not get her last name, but this is how I met Scarlett. And this is how I met my boy Timothy Fletcher. Because the guy that used to dance with Timothy Fletcher that plays the little drum things or the bongos was his dancer, and him and this white girl was getting high together, who was a stripper down on Baltimore Street, and they would get high together and they would have sex. Well, this one night they got high together and the young man ended up killing her. Not realizing, because he tripped out, not realizing that, what he did. So that was Jessica. Now, I have the guy named because I went to court. When they all came out to go to court, I went down there and I was explaining to a friend of mine why I was there. So he walked me up to the courtroom, right, where the judge was at, went up to the judge and told him who I was and why I was there. But I think at that time, we thought they was going to have the case, but the case was postponed it again. Marilyn Mosby wanted to give this guy 5 life sentences for killing this white girl. No. But what they did, they reduced it. And that was Jessica. And I am going to get her last name because she have children. But Jessica's was one of the ones that I kind of named in here. Then we got Anthony A. Williams. Anthony was the young guy that was walking through a path on his way home, and he got killed. I reached out to the family back then. Now, he lived in the county, so that wasn't part of Baltimore. But the police wasn't calling the family to talk to them and tell them, like, what was going on, like, where they stand with the case and all this type of stuff. So they wasn't telling them nothing. So I reached out for the family to whatever the detective was, whoever the detective was. Excuse me, y'all. Davon Farr. This is Kay Simmons' son. I reached out to Kay Simmons a while back because she's fighting for the person, trying to find the person that killed her son. Now, we talking about 2017. Every Sunday, Kay Simmons do a toast to her son. Every Sunday. She posts pictures up about her son. She posts so many pictures about her son, I feel like I personally know him. And that's what I told her. I said, God, I feel like I know him, you know. But it's the pain and the suffering of this mother. See, a lot of y'all want to come for me, right? And I'm not a joke, so please don't come for me. Please don't. You don't have to come for me like that. I put my heart, mind, and soul in trying to help turn our city around. So basically, I'm not no joke. And then I put up here, so many others gone, but not forgotten. So if you ever want to come over to a new Be More city, this name has been changed because at that time I was doing some work with this Muslim lady and she tried to make everything all about her and her people, and it was just, you know, ugly. So eventually, y'all know how it goes. We let her go. We let her go. I'm trying to be nice with people. I'm trying to help people to understand I do not deal with a lot of chaos and confusion, mainly yours. Do not bring it my way. If you do bring your chaos and confusion my way, y'all know it's like this, go on about your business, you know. So I'm only saying this because I try to live with peace in my life. 99% of the time, my life has been real peaceful. It's only until other people want to bring that chaos and confusion here. If it's my stuff, I have to keep my stuff to me. If you're not my problem, I'll keep it to me. Keep that in mind. Now, what I seen last night, and I'm going to go back to what happened last night. And I started thinking about Communities United. Communities United fights to reduce the police budget, defund the police. And I'm going to tell you what y'all did the other day, last night, was really sad. Now, I looked at it in a more positive way because this guy, right, had a can of gasoline and he was down there, and I asked the girl today, I said, basically, where was it at that he was pouring the gasoline? Was it actually really gasoline to start a fire or burn him and other people up? So you know what the girl told me? She said, I think the police set that up. It never hit me. It never dawned on me. Because it was kind of funny how they came marching down the street. Did somebody call the police department to let them know that it was a person down there with gasoline, get ready to burn Tent City up? And I was like, when she told me that, I was like, oh my God, because I did not think about that. And there's a possibility they might have. And then to go down there today, look at my video from my live. Look at it. That area that I was in was full of stuff yesterday. Tents, clothes, food, all of that. They even they had a microwave plugged in. It's 4 sockets over there where it's like 8 all, well, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. They had a microwave plugged in. It's gone. Now, come on. They already homeless. So you got people trying to make them as comfortable as possible, and it's not Baltimore City. It wasn't that program that got $90-something million to help end homelessness. So I'm looking at these police trailing down, right? Be honest with you, I'm beginning to understand more and more and more and more why people having protests and rallies about defunding the police department. We got over 300 and something murders a year for almost 8 years now. But y'all doing an excellent job. You got Safe Streets. They having issues with Safe Streets now because Safe Street is not doing what they get paid to do right. And let me share this too. I was looking at McKenzie trying to talk to the lady that's, I'm going to say, a head of Safe Streets. Sister, you don't walk away when it comes to us working with our people. Well, didn't the mayor tell you such? It wasn't about the mayor. She was coming to, even if you was the director, she's talking to you. So you have an obligation to feed people like me about what's going on. So what you did, you turned around and walked away. And I'm looking at you and some other woman and y'all just turned your back. That's what y'all do. Turn your back. But y'all want to make people think y'all out here doing an excellent job in the communities. Let me share this with you, and I'm going to do it again for Safe Streets. I'm coming up on 30 years clean. I don't hustle. I don't sell drugs. I don't get high. I don't hang around people that's doing stuff like that. So if you just came home from prison, what experiences do you have new in helping people? You just coming home. You got 3-6 months. You getting paid to go back and basically share your drug story because you don't have a process of recovery right there. Talking about changing your old ways of thinking. Hanging around the same people. I had to change people, places, and things. I got high with my family, and I had to stop hanging around my family. I'm not that lying, manipulating, no good dude like I was when I was in the street, because I had to let all that slicky woo-woo stuff go. The Dauphine mentality. So when you got people just coming home from prison, tell me what they can really do to help, because they don't have no living the new way of life with experience. It's like the blind leading the blind. So if I come down, guess what? Y'all wouldn't even want to pay me. Know why? Because I'm going to share with y'all what we could do to get people up out of that. Excuse me for a minute. You don't want to be on here, do you? Because I got a little, I know. So I got a little person right here that's coming over here. I thought he was going to try to get on the live. I'm on my live, bro. You want a hug? You want a hug? Give me a hug. Come on. I know you looking over at my fingers. Yeah, just don't touch me with them. Come here. You want a hug? Come on. Get your hug. Bye. We'll talk tomorrow, okay? We'll talk tomorrow, okay? And you get ready to go out. Let me say this. Everybody that's been reaching out to me, I've been asking y'all, I don't care if you black, white, whatever, be a part of Communities United. Know why? We need a bunch of people. We need a group. So when we start fighting against these laws that tends to hurt our people and everything, right? We need the multitude. And I'm going to tell you this too. It's a good thing that you read the amendments, the constitutional rights, because this is what Communities United is all about. But now understand this, the Center for Popular Democracy, that's what we run under, the Center for Popular Democracy. So right here in Baltimore City, we actually fight for the black community. But guess what? Everybody that's living in the inner city, they ain't black. We fight for the elders. We fight for the youth. Why y'all think I started the Teen Talk Show? So the teens can have a voice about where they at, how they feel, you know, and to help their parents basically understand a little bit more. Because a lot of us was babies, adolescent, we became teenagers, and guess what? Y'all forgot now because you older. You don't remember the transformation from being born and now getting older, understanding the steps to growing. Because then you'll turn around and you'll tell your own self when you used to be the same way. I don't know why they acting like that. I don't know why they do this. I don't know why they do that. You keep being real loud and you're going to come right over here and sit with me. Keep it up. They ain't paying no attention. But I just had to come on here before I go home. Monday at 5:30 to 6 o'clock, the Book Breakers Show. Barbie Johnson is a publisher, and she can be your ghostwriter and all this type of stuff. She can fix your stuff for you, and you know, don't use her name, and it'll make it seem like you doing everything yourself. You know what I mean? Tisha Winkler is she's the author of 3 books, but that's printed out, and I believe she's working on like 3 more. That's the Book Breaker Show. Every Monday at 5:30. I will be restreaming. This is where y'all on now, restreaming. So I'm looking here. It's not a lot of y'all, but I know y'all can see my stuff wherever you on YouTube. You can see it. Subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm on LinkedIn. For the people that's on LinkedIn that sees my stuff, LinkedIn. All right. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitch. And I am on Facebook. So you might see me on the Lavelle Copeland page because my Stephen Copeland 909 is my Yahoo page, but it's on Facebook. So I thought it was actually a regular Facebook page, but it's not. It's connected with Yahoo. But my Lavelle Copeland is actually my Facebook page. So I had to do the live stream from there. But if I'm on my Facebook page, which I have like 5,000 members. And what I have a tendency of doing, I will go in and I will start deleting a lot. But guess what? I get people that reaches back out to me, and I'll get back to 5,000 because they might have seen my video, they might have heard something, they, you know. And my thing is, for a lot of y'all that's new, if you coming over because of the work that I do around Baltimore City, let me know. Because if you have programs and y'all want to merge together, I don't want you to stop doing what you're doing, but I want us to come together because we have to come as the multitude. A lot of this stuff that's going on in Baltimore City, we can slow down. We can slow it down. Guess why? Because a lot of them is y'all children that y'all letting run around rapid, turn up the communities. But you got to gain some balls and come out and fight. That's what Communities United is about. I have no problems starting meetings again. Like safety in the war zone. Harm reduction in the community of color. So we will talk about what's going on with the guns, with the drugs. Pouring into the inner city. Why? Gentrification. Gentrification. Let me make that clear. And I tell people right now, every time you hear that word gentrification, genocide come with gentrification. Why you think they're killing our people off? And guess what? A lot of y'all just watching it. I be darned. With my sons and my daughters and my nieces and my nephews, I raised. And if I knew they was out there doing a lot of the stuff that y'all kids are doing, I will go to them. Look, blah, 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 blah. Come on. Come on. I'm the only one of my mother children that got clean and stayed clean. So the mold was broke since then. I have two other brothers in recovery. My other brother, he do addiction counseling and stuff. He don't come to meetings like he used to no more because that's the field he works in. I got another brother that's a Muslim, my oldest brother. I think he coming up on 2 years this time. I got clean in 1993 and I've been clean since then, 30 years old. Just turned 31 in February of that year. Spent my teenage years using drugs, drinking, smoking weed at 11. Started drinking at 13 because that's what I thought all men do, teenage, 13. Snorting cane at 14. I remember asking my cousin, I said, can you shoot this? She said, yeah. I said, hit me. I was about 14 or 15 years old. Then I started shooting dope with the cane. We called it speed balling. So all my teenage years I was getting high, and all my 20s I was getting high. And it dawned on me one day I didn't have a life. I thought that was living. It was surviving. So now can you understand why when it comes to the youth and stuff like that, I walk through a certain process with them? Because God will take me back and let me see my transformation. And a lot of you is where I'm at today, living a different life, lifestyle, being productive, being responsible, and will look back at our people and turn your nose up. That don't make no sense. They need to change. Oh, it makes a lot of sense to them. And a lot of them don't know how to change unless you work with them to change. So shut your freaking mouth if you're not willing to do the job. Okay? I'm going to do this again. Communities United of Baltimore, Maryland. We just finished protesting the housing department. So can you understand what I'm talking about? Why they fight? They fight for the democracy of people. So guess what? No, he had looked at my fingers, so he like, I ain't going over there to that one. They ain't gonna run over here. But Communities United of Baltimore, Maryland. I have a mother that called me, right? And I'm not gonna say her name. Her daughter got 9 kids. She live in housing. She dealing with a lot of rats and all this type of stuff. So I told her mother, I said, I'm gonna talk to the organizer of housing. I'm coming for you, director. Because from what I understand, they done made reports. They came out and they call themselves doing a little something, something, something. But 9 times out of 10, you got to move her into something better. And then fix that up. You can't work on it with them in there like that. This woman's husband, the father of her 9 children, died because of COVID. The mother was trying to help me to remember that student or that 12-year-old or one of them little kids that was out that had COVID and she spread it. Well, when she spread it, it got to the son or one of her other kids. And because of the father and his issues, he caught it and he actually died from it. I was like, wow. Because I had heard about the young lady. Tell her slow down a little bit with the noise, please. But I'm just saying. See, when people reach out to me and they talk to me, it could be a little bit about any and everything. Because as a community activist, that's why I talk the way I do. As a community organizer, my position as a community organizer, I reaches out to sponsors. No, I'm sorry. Sponsors, business partners, and investors. That's what I do as a community organizer. I try to go out to get the people to help me in Baltimore City. Oh, your shirt was short, but y'all had to clean up and get straight to ball. A lot of y'all do work in Baltimore City, but a lot of y'all don't really do work in Baltimore inner city. That's the ghetto. That's the hood. Hold on, I'll be right back. So when I see y'all posting stuff, right, about the great job you doing around here and around there, and I'm like, well, what about the ghetto? What about the hood? What about where all these vacant houses? Well, what is that? And a lot of y'all know, you developers and you doing stuff, it's like, what is that? That's the ghetto, the people that need you the most. Huh? I heard this dumb woman say, well, I never seen no vacant houses in my area. Well, I guess not, and she live in the city, but you're not in the deep part of the hood, the ghetto. Don't, come on. Some of y'all can say the stupidest stuff out your mouth, and y'all know that pisses me off, right? That pisses me off. And let me share this with you. Some of y'all are so freaking educated till you're so freaking dumb. You're too damn smart for yourself. And I just look at you and trip out because I try my best to keep life simple. Either you're going to do it or you don't. That's that simple. Either you're going to do it or you don't. You ain't got to come to me and go all around the world. Just like I want to go get another car, right? I do not want that salesman to give me a sale pitch. Don't do it. And I remember telling one of them guys that, and he still went out there and did the sales pitch. I said, God, didn't I tell you ain't got to do that? If you can help me, help me. If you can't, don't give me the sales pitch. I basically know what I want. And I'm coming to get it. So you don't have to do that. I watched my daughter talk to one of them. She want a Honda Accord, and she told him the kind she want and all that. Well, if this and that, she said, no, I want this, that, because I like the way it's made, and I want that. And when me and her left out, she said, Daddy, do you think I was wrong? I said, no. because whatever you want out of life, you stick to it. You don't let nobody change whatever your fantasies is or your visions is. You don't do that. And if you can't help people and meet them in that sense, then shut your freaking mouth. Don't try to manipulate them into getting somewhere and to something that they're not trying to get into. I'm not going to go out there. I did it earlier in my life where I had a Ford Explorer. I was paying almost $700 for that Ford Explorer because my credit was dookie, but I got the car. I will never do something like that again because I know better now. So I'm gonna get ready to get off here. I am going to talk with my members at Communities United. So Jesse, I will be giving you a call. Baltimore City, y'all know, like I know, that Communities United and other organizations, and I'm talking about the police department, is doing protests. They doing rallies. They coming together because they want to defund the police department because y'all getting money, more money than what you really deserve, and you're not doing the work. So now they want to cut some of that budget so that money can go towards the school system, so that money can go and that money can be directed in another way. Then with housing, even though y'all people might be in government housing, they might be free housing, or they might be just low income, however y'all do it. That's why I want to get more involved in it. But y'all got people living in houses that's deployable, and y'all really don't want to fix them up. And just to think about it, when we got that bill passed for slumlords to become licensed landlords, one of y'all representatives was down there. And the only thing he was sharing with us at that time was we have to give them more time to get these properties in order. And that's what that was all about. Can y'all move back a little bit with that? Can y'all go back a little bit with that? So guess what? That's why now I'm back with Communities United. I'm the one with the big mouth. So when I come, I'm going to make sure I come armed with information with my big mouth. Just like y'all don't want to do your job correctly, we want y'all to do your jobs correctly. Housing. I'm here. Work with me to work with landlords until I'm able to like build my own houses and, have everything situated. Right now, I don't get funding. So I have to rent property from landlords to put our people in. So you already know it's the clients that actually pay for whatever we get. So like 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, excellent. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2 baths, excellent. I'm just saying, the goal is to get them in, help them turn the quality of their lives around. The ones that need medication, get them on their medication. The ones that need actual, 24-hour round-the-clock service, and assisted living, then we have to do that too. And I'm connecting with a lot of people now, so don't get it wrong. So you work with me, look, we can guide them here and guide them there. I know a lot of people. People already know that about me when it comes to like resources. And I'm telling y'all, $92 million that Brandon Scott or whoever gave to this organization and said to end, check it out, to end the homelessness. You will never end it, but you can slow it down. You can. But it's the people that you sending the money to doing the necessary work. And then I'm talking to some guy that understands that a little better. Now y'all want to get landlords involved, but the landlords got to go by your rules. You can't do that. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but you can't do that. And the reason why I'm saying that, some people might not meet certain qualifications. But if they homeless, how much, if they're homeless, what is it going to take? Oh, they homeless and they are felony. They have a felon. They are felon. Or they can't get in. What? So now you wonder why we got repeated offenders. Repeated offenders. Because you're not trying to help them. Because you're putting in too many stipulations. I mean, human beings putting these type of stipulations on other people. You got more than 3 speeding tickets, you can't come in. I just use that as an example. That's all. Because y'all come up with the dumbest stuff that you think you're really helping people, but not realizing you hurting them more. If you got people that's got to the point that they can't afford to pay their rent no more. Then you got a lot of people with properties. Say like the rent is $1,500 a month. Normally your security deposit is $1,500. Then they doubling the security deposit. So you want somebody to come into your property. They already gonna pay $1,500 a month, but then they gotta put $3,000 into the security. And if they in your property and they decide to move and never tore anything up where y'all had to come in and fix something up, guess what? You'll find a way to try to keep their security deposit. So if you don't for some of y'all that's really, really, really smart and intellectual and intelligent and skyrocketers, a lot of people can't afford that. They don't have that extra money like that. So why would you sit back? You know people need your services, but we begin to make it so hard for people to come in and get the service that they need. It's sad. It is really sad. What time we got here? 7:46. 7:45, I'm gonna cut it off. I'm back. Stephen Copeland from Strengthening the Community. I'm back. Stephen Copeland that walked with Communities United, went to the delegate building, right? It's a bunch of people right there in line to get in. They took me on the other side down to a tunnel and brought me up them steps. I was so amazed. And I'm back. And those of you that wants to actually fight for the democracy of our poor people or Black people in Baltimore City, go to Communities United of Baltimore, Maryland. Sign up to be a member. It's $10. They want you to donate each month for your membership. We're in the process of working on getting grant money to whatever issue we dealing with in Baltimore City. Sometimes you have to get funding to help you, with pulling everything together. Paper have to be printed up, stuff have to be put out, and then we might have to rent buses or stuff like that to go to, I'm gonna say DC, Annapolis, somewhere like that. I'm just saying, because we fighting. for the rights of the people. So I love y'all, and I'm getting ready to get out of here. And that's Communities United of Baltimore, Maryland. Take care, family.